So I listed down 3 important strategies which are implemented in my own life this year so that it's a surefire way that I'll achieve my goals. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into these points here. And the first one here is being open-minded, loose, and carefree with my goals while keeping the goals at the back of my head. So I'm just going to read it out point by point. So being open, loose, and carefree while keeping the goal in mind is helpful in achieving my goals effectively. And caring less about certain distinctions is the way to go. Because for me, I have always been a perfectionist when it comes to going after the things that are most important to me. So what happens is I tend to overdo it, I tend to put too much pressure on myself, I tend to, do way too much too soon. And that affects the consistency of what I'm doing in the long term. So if this guy is constantly going to the gym 6 times per week without taking any break, and he's always thinking about his workouts, always thinking about his diet, while you may think, yeah, maybe he might achieve his goals, but you are burnt out very, very soon. Achieving your goals doesn't have to be so hard. It doesn't have to be so strenuous. It's effortless actually. You just have to keep an open mind, relax, go with the flow while keeping the goal in mind, and then your actions, your intent, your body will naturally follow through. So this is the mindset which I want to adopt in my strategy this year in order to achieve my goals effectively. So now, if this is you, if this applies to you, you're someone who always has to force your way through things, you have to push very hard to achieve something and stuff like that, it's now time to be a bit more loose. It's a bit more easier for you guys to take a step back. Instead of focusing on pushing through and like going hard all the time, it's time to take a step back, take a breather, and actually ease your way into achieving your goals. And that's why a lot of my content in my YouTube channel talks a lot about building habits. Because once a habit is formed, the action to do the things necessary is effortless. So, keep an open mind, be carefree, be loose. Like you want to be loose when it comes to achieving your goals. You don't need to like strain yourself to do something. You just gotta be relaxed. And caring less about certain distinctions. So what I mean by that? So there are certain reflections, certain knowledge, certain wisdoms that you may come across while you pursue your goal. So people may tell you this, you might have input from someone on how you can do this and how you can do that. And maybe like example is you are pursuing your endeavor to make more money. And there's a lot of ways to make a lot of money. And there's a lot of wisdom and common thought on how you can do that. But it doesn't mean that you have to do all of them. So, in the game of pursuing what you want, it's not always about what you take, it's about what you eliminate. It's about focusing on the 1, 2, or 3 piece of knowledge that you have and executing on them relentlessly. Instead of having like so many inputs from so many other sources and so many other people, and then, not being able to do any of them well. So it's about caring less about certain distinctions. And for me, it's more towards like, cause I have many, many things that I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of like thoughts, if you will, on how I can go about doing my YouTube channel or how I can go about doing my personal training. And there's so many ideas, but I can't seem to follow through on all of them. So instead of like having so many things in my plate, so many ideas in my plate, just take the bare minimum, like what is the simplest solution to my problem and execute on that solution relentlessly. Like the common problem people make, like if it's you, usually people make a huge checklist of what to do every single day. Like there's a huge task, a huge checklist of I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do that today, and actually a lot of them are meaningless. It all comes down to just doing 3 important things per day, and that's settled. Like, keep your solutions to the simplest and the most bare minimum necessary, and it's easier to achieve your goals from there. So that is my take on point number 1. The second piece of information is focus on 2 areas of my life and sacrifice the rest. So what do I mean by that? Like, okay, this year is my year to make more money. That's my intent. So the 2 areas of my life that I'll prioritize over anything else is my personal training career and my YouTube channel. If I were to focus on these 2 only, and then the rest, I don't really care about them too much, I don't put too much importance on them, everything will fall into place. I will be able to afford the lifestyle that I want by focusing on these 2 areas, which means I will not take on additional obligations or additional endeavors, if you will, on top of this. And I'll explain my logic on this. Imagine that you are focusing on building your business and that's your main goal. And then you also took like a language lesson, like how to learn Chinese and stuff like that. Now, you may think, okay, learning another language may be beneficial. But in the context of building a business, it's like once you take the lesson, the Chinese lesson, you would think about it. In your head, you actually would think about the lesson. You may think about how you can talk the language better, how you can improve, and stuff like that. But the problem here is, with that mental capacity of yours, thinking about your language class, you could otherwise use that energy to think about your business instead. So that's the point I'm trying to make. If you focus on too many things, your mind will be divided into many, many different areas as well. And I'll give you a solid proof that what I'm saying does work is over the past few months, I have been focusing very hard on my YouTube channel and focusing on a few other areas of my life. And personal training is definitely very, very important to me. That's my career. And also so as this YouTube channel. But the problem here is I've been focusing on so many other things that I let my personal training business go to the wayside. Like I totally don't really pay much attention to it. And I thought, everything should be fine. But then as I don't really pay attention to it, although I'm doing the same thing, like I'm training clients, I'm trying to get clients, I'm getting new business and stuff like that, it started dropping. Like my success in the personal training business started falling incrementally, although I'm doing the same thing. And why? Because I haven't been putting too much mental thought on that side of the business, which is affecting me negatively. So when I reverse it, right, so okay, I'm focusing on too many things, it's time to cut it and then focus on my personal training business and YouTube channel. And then slowly after that, my personal training business started picking up gradually. And it's because, although I have a lot of free time right now, but those free time and that free mental capacity is being used to implement certain things which I have not been implementing in my personal training business in order to make it grow again. So that's why focusing on too many things, believe it or not, will subconsciously sabotage you. Like if you were to do so many things, you might think, okay, I can handle it all, but you're not Elon Musk. You can't. You have to free yourself from the burden of other thoughts, other activities, other things that will make you think of something else, and focus on at least minimum 1, maximum 3 areas that you want to improve. The lesser, the better. So that is my point number 2. And the last point is screen time. So what I mean by screen time, it's this piece of equipment right there. I think I dropped something, but this piece of equipment right here, your phone. So the average screen time per day for the average person goes anywhere between, maybe it's for you, you can check your screen time. And in order to check your screen time, you just type digital well-being, or you just type well-being on the menu section of your phone. If you're an Android user, if you're an iPhone user, you just type screen time on your settings page, right? So my average screen time is 3 hours per day, and it's actually quite a lot. And if I were to tally up 3 hours per day into weeks, into a year, like if I'm gonna carry on 3 hours per day till the end of the year, which means I will actually be 45.5 days per year on my phone. 45 days. And that is like a full-fledged, like 1.5 month of vacation. So in my entire year, I spend 45.5 days on my phone. Like, believe it or not, I could rather use 45.5 days like vacationing the beach. I could use it to hang out with friends instead of just staring at the digital screen. I could use it to gain new experiences. I could use it for sleep, for goddammit. So, with all this time, 45.5 days per year, what could you do with it? And also, the second order consequences of using a phone, it decreases your productivity as well. Like, imagine you wake up first thing in the morning and you touch your phone, it sets the tone for your entire day to be lazy and to make you a bit more ADD, if you will. Like, it's hard to focus if to use your phone first thing in the morning, because your mind will be distracted with entertainment. So if you want to do hard things, it's like, I feel so lazy, rather than you just wake up and actually do the thing. So, my goal is to reduce my screen time. I cannot eliminate like my phone totally, because I do a lot of my client communications on my phone. But if, let's say, if I were to reduce this at least by half, or at least by 30 days, I'll get that 1 month back and do it for other things which I would potentially enjoy, like new experiences, meeting people, and stuff like that. So, that is the 3 strategies that I'll employ this year. Like, you guys may find this valuable as well, because everyone, like you guys, us in general, have problems with trying too hard, putting too much importance on your goals, like putting too much pressure on yourself. You just have to remind yourself of the goal every single day and execute on it carefreely. Execute your goals with an open mind. It should feel effortless. That's how it should feel. Second one is, a lot of us focus on too many things at once, thinking that it's fine, but you do not know the subconscious element towards focusing on too many things at once. You have your mental capacity booked up, and it robs you from your energy to do things that you could otherwise do if you have more free time. And that's why I decided to focus on 2 aspects this year, and that's it. And the last one is your phone. Your phone may be the most powerful tool in the world, or it can be the most time-sucking device that robs you of your happiness, your life. Because believe it or not, this is like 1.5 months. In 10 years, it would be robbing you of probably like 12.5 years, 12.5 months, which is almost a year. It's a year of your life if you were to let this device of yours go uncontrolled. So that's it for this video. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more self-help content like this. So till next time, guys, and peace.